Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. I wanted to start this video off with something that I got from the Crypto Man, at crypto_man. And those of you that don't know who this is, this guy has a store that he sells Ripple and XRP socks. He sells all sorts of different graphical type things. He's got XRP posters, like community posters, all kinds of stuff. It's interesting if you go and check him out. So go give him a follow and check him out. What he tweeted here about was the date of 23rd of September is popping up again. And what this is remember, Backed opens on the 23rd of September. And I think there was something having to do with R3. I think it was Marco Polo, something having to do with that. It was going to be on the 23rd. And then somebody, Crypto Man comes in and he says, because this guy's asking about it, what else is going on the 23rd? Back launch, PayPal is reducing their fees, and I'm sure we've seen a few more. So PayPal's also reducing their fees on that day. And I have one more as the digital asset investor to add to this. My son has a travel ball tournament on the 22nd. And so 23rd is the day after the 22nd. And so I think that could be significant too. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. But anyway, what's going on here is on the 23rd of September, we also have Sibos 2019 in London. And that is the 23rd to 26th. Sibos is the annual conference of Swift. You'll see the ex-CEO of Swift right here. But that's what Sibos is. And so everybody's kind of saying all this stuff's happening on the 23rd of September. It can't be a total coincidence. But anyway, it's kind of interesting anyway, worth mentioning. Now, let me tell you what, folks. Often what happens to me is I'll do my first and second video in the morning, and then I'll wait for some good information to kind of sift in, and then I will do a third video, and then that's usually the end of the news day as far as crypto goes. Well, every once in a while things just start happening later in the afternoon after I've done a video, and so I have to just wait my turn and do that on the video the next morning, because usually I'm worn out after 3. But Mr. B XRP made me aware of this yesterday evening. At XRP Mr., give him a follow. This was a tweet from David Schwartz out of nowhere. He says, caption this photo. Now, the backdrop to this is, the first thing that you need to understand is David Schwartz. I mean, these guys don't send out, silly tweets very often. David Schwartz, and especially not Brad Garlinghouse. So first I'll show you this and show you what Brad Garlinghouse said, and then I'll go through a little bit more of it. Caption this photo, and it's David Schwartz behind a little, looks like a castle for, some kind of girl play toy that they would, looks like My Little Pony or something like that. Well, anyway, it's got all these unicorns on it and everything. And Brad Garlinghouse, of all people, comes in and says, here, David shows us the mythical dreamland of rainbows and unicorns where people who doubt the utility of digital assets spend their days. I mean, if there's anything that makes fun of and captures what we do all the time here, which is all of these people that are attacking XRP that don't know what they're talking about, and they're trying to act like all of the foundation for the utility of XRP that's being laid is just all meaningless, and XRP is going to somehow just go away. He literally captures it right there, and he's making fun of that whole stupid concept. And we talk all the time on here about how stupid for instance, we'll see Tone Vase come out, and he's being interviewed, and he looks all serious, and he's got this serious look on his face, and he's talking about how he just can't figure out XRP. He doesn't understand it. He understands proof of work Bitcoin, which he knows has all kinds of technical flaws and was the first through the door and is an ancient technology compared to XRP. He knows that, which is why he will never talk about Bitcoin versus XRP in the context of the technology of it, because he knows. But yet he'll still come out and say he just doesn't understand XRP, and that just means he's terrified of XRP. And Brad Garlinghouse here is pointing out that those who doubt the utility of digital assets spend their days. Yes, Tone Vays spends his days in this make-believe castle, Bitcoin castle of whatever. So anyway, moving along here though, I wanted to show you another part that was strange about this whole thing. Is David Schwartz is well aware, I don't care what anybody says, he's well aware of all that stuff that was going on a long time ago with the bearable guy and all that stuff that was a conversation in the community. It's kind of like, it's like throwing a hand grenade out because it's way too similar to the, this is what somebody did this to, but there was, there were some graphics that were sent out that I had seen in here. Anyway, I won't look for them right now, but somebody added all of this stuff to it, and then I thought this was funny too, from Ferdy. Still, Cinderella did trip over a Ledger Nano on the way out, so that was pretty good. But anyway, but there's an overall, there's a bigger point I want you to get out of this, and that is that, and let's go back up and look at this. This is the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, folks. Here, David shows us the mythical dreamland of rainbows and unicorns where people who doubt the utility of digital assets spend their days. Now, I had something, and I talked to, behind the scenes, I talked to a lot of really smart people in this community, and there was an overriding theme of the people who saw this, and that theme was, wow, and the digital asset investor's official neighbor even texted me about this, and before I said anything about it, and he says, man, they sure do seem awful confident. There's got to be something going on in the background, and that's the theme. Everybody that I talk to, that is what when they see this, that is what they're seeing, and that is what I'm seeing too. It's a And it's not, but it's not just now. I mean, this is more than what we've seen in the past, but it's also in the statements that we show you all the time, the statements from different people with Ripple. That's not just confidence, but uber confidence. It's kind of like the time there was a statement made to the effect of, it's not a question of the bank. It's more like it's on the banks to come see Ripple was more or less the comment. But if you look here, this is the theme of the kind of stuff I'm hearing from people. With such convincing self-confidence, they must have huge things in the background going on XRP. And they showed this, XRP will beat any bank-backed crypto from, I don't know what that, that looks like just some graphic somebody created. But I just wanted to show you that. Now look here. So let's go to the next thing. And then we've got this from NBK Crypto, and I believe that all of this kind of ties into what we're talking about here. This is a video that you all need to go watch. I watched it last night. The rise is from NBK Crypto, the rise and fall of AOL. All young BTC maxi pads need to watch this video and pay attention. He's exactly right. Tone Vays, you need to go watch this video because you will have a better understanding of what's coming for your precious Bitcoin or whatever. The rise and fall of AOL. Now, I watched this and then I had tweeted this out, which is really what comes out of the .com bubble. After the .com collapse, investor, the whole run up in the .com bubble, if you had .com after your name, you would run up and your stock would go crazy and you would IPO and everything would be crazy for you and everything was great. Then it all collapsed. After the .com collapse, investors realized it wasn't the .com behind your name, but the business model that mattered. Now, these were Wall Street people. They should have known this ahead of time, but people get caught up in the hype of a new technology. The same thing will happen here. Same thing has happened here. You have a list of over 2,000 digital assets. most of which are complete garbage. And then you have this one company that's been working on this for over, 7 years? Longer than anybody in the entire space. And they, from the very beginning, they were the smart ones. They knew that you needed to go to the regulators in the very beginning and stop all this trying to act like you're going to, with this new technology, take over the world without governments and leave them behind and all that. They were smart enough to know that. They are Ripple. And the digital asset that they're working on a use case for is XRP, the greatest digital asset ever created. But those guys, and Brad Garlinghouse went through the dot-com thing. He knows. But here's what happened. After the dot-com collapse, investors realized it wasn't the dot-com, but the business model that mattered. The same thing will happen in digital assets. This time, business model equals utility. If you don't have utility, there is no business model. If it's not real utility that can be demonstrated, and who is the only company that is demonstrating real utility in real commercial use? That would be Ripple, who is working on the largest use case for the greatest digital asset ever created, XRP, folks. Go look at history. Go watch this video on what happened to AOL. There was a day where AOL was known as the best and the best way to connect to the internet that's possible, and the best platform, the best interface, and it's all gone, folks. No, everybody laughs at you if you use AOL now. Okay, and you also, I've been sent a lot of good videos lately that I want to make you all aware of. This is from Jerry V. Hall 1. He sent me this one, and this is one I'm in the middle of watching. How will Bitcoin and crypto shift the financial system? Recession watch. And this is from Real Vision Finance. These are some macro guys that are talking about the financial system and how this is all going to affect things. You need to go watch that video. And then I got this from XRP Dave at the Davey92. He sent me a couple of things, I believe. The first was from Ripple. They tweeted this out. This morning we had the honor of hosting Senator, Senator Ling Ling Chang. She's senator for California's 29th district, and SV Leadership Group. This is the Silicon Valley Leadership Group, represents more than 350 companies and public policy issues affecting the economy and quality of life in Silicon Valley. I'm sure their quality of life is not hurting too bad. In a women's executive roundtable discussion on the landscape of government relations in Silicon Valley and workforce development in STEM fields. Neat. So this is the Ripple boardroom. Cool. Then we got this is from Ripple's what is her official title is Global Head of Government Relations, Michelle Bond. She got this apparently from ConverSketch. I think that's the name. Hold on, let me make sure. ConverSketch. Apparently this is a company that takes whatever it is you're dealing with and puts it into like a sketch that makes it all tie together. I thought this was an interesting diagram. How is Ripple different? Our customers, our banks, etc., we are all regulated. We want to partner with institutions, commodity, property. What does good look like? I don't know what that says. U.S. is, I don't know what that says, but it says security, utility, exchange. Each is regulated accordingly. What is the deal with payment banking space? Ripple does not equal XRP. Software built on blockchain for money transfer. XRP is the sauce. That's funny. Pre-funded dollars. Ripple market exchange. Anyway, this is kind of neat to look at this sketch, but I just wanted to make sure you saw that. And then we have this from Alpha Global. This is another video. I've been sent this video 2 times from different people, so I thought that I needed to show it to you. It's called the $100 trillion Bitcoin Catalyst, and it's got a lot of views. It's from Mineable. You can go to Mineable and watch this video. I'm in the middle of watching this one too, and it's probably worth your time. And then finally, this kind of illustrates what I'm talking about all the time on this channel from CryptoView at Brando Aguilera. Meanwhile, in Venezuela, fiat money is garbage. Long cryptocurrency, short bankers. Listen, folks, I'll finish with this. Don't be caught without a chair when the fiat music stops, because when the music stops, make sure you're holding digital assets such as XRP, or you'll be holding a bag of garbage. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button. And tell your friends and family that fiat ultimately is all garbage. Thank you for listening.